Where is the talk about PvP? What is going on? Okay, I don't want to be negative, but I'm like losing my mind.
Yeah.
The big deal when Josh Davis and Colin Johansson came back is like, we have 3 pillars to this game, and it's open world and it's PvE, right? You got your open world in your instance, it's world v world, and it's PvP. Okay, well, where is PvP?
Yep.
I don't understand. Like, maybe in a month in the summer update they're gonna come out with a whole new
Yeah.
they have to, right? They have to say
Yeah.
something about PvP at some point. Like, what is going on? We haven't had an
slow,
update in years. Tell me.
right?
I mean, since Stronghold's tanked.
As slow as the push for world v world, guild structuring, so at least there's progress there. PvP is just, we got tournaments, and like
It
that's
runs itself. Yeah, they don't have to touch it, right? I think that was
right.
the whole goal with tournaments. So it's automated. Now we don't have to do anything. Go do your own thing, PvPers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not like raging, but oh man.
You don't really, I don't think you, maybe you have a different take on this. I don't think you need new game modes. And I mean, you have probably much more developed opinion on this. I think the normal capture the flag conquest is fine, but you need new maps. You need more things in there. You need to make sure that you're, I don't know, like, I don't know what you do with PvP. It just seems like it's been so long.
Well, I'll throw my 2 cents in, right? I've listened over the past year, mainly on like Teapot's channel, bringing on these pros to talk about the state of PvP and what's wrong with PvP, and they're just getting it wrong. They don't understand what they're saying. Like the last one, I think he had Helsith and some other big name PvPers on, and they were like, yeah, well, we need like 2v2 and 3v3 and kind of other game modes. And here's what they're missing. Guild Wars 2 is the ultimate casual MMO for casual MMO players. Yes, they have raids, they have the CM strikes for the 1% of players. It's a very small percentage. In PvP, when you go to WoW and you play arenas, their highest form of rated play, it's 2v2, it's 3v3. When you reduce the number, when you have a 5v5 game mode as your only game mode, it is hardcore by nature. Don't forget, when Guild Wars 2 was made, it was originally made as a hardcore PvP game, was going to be the original philosophy. Esports was huge. That was like their big deal. We're making an esport, this 5v5. Eventually, they brought in the PvE elements, and it kind of shifted, but it was brought in with lots of PvP complexity. But at this stage, the only thing that will revive and revitalize PvP is making it more casual. This is what they're missing. And so, yes, to your point, they need a WoW battleground system. They need 10v10 or 8v8 game modes, whether it's capture the flag, point, I don't know. Star Wars The Old Republic has tons of cool game modes, like breach, setting a bomb on a door in Void Star and making your way through. They have Hut Ball, which is kind of like a mini football game where you pass the ball and you try to score. WoW has so many different types of battlegrounds, and cool features that you can do. And so that's the deal. You want a new player to come in and just be one of 10. You don't have tons of responsibility. You don't have to run a meta build. You can just go in, zerg with your team, or go do 1v1 this guy in a node, or you don't have to run the meta. You have less responsibility because you're part of a bigger group, and you can just drop in and drop out. Like, it's not, right now, if you're going to play 5v5, you might as well play ranked, because everybody who plays PvP is in it. Why would you even play unranked 5v5? It's counterintuitive. It doesn't make sense. So if you want to go remove Stronghold, right? If you want to play a MOBA, go play a MOBA. We don't, plus it probably could have been good if they would have kept iterating on it, but it's just, it is what it is now. And so, am I losing my mind, Brock? Did everything I say, are you like, no, that I wouldn't play PvP if it was like
No,
that, or am I
as
right?
a casual PvPer, I would I'll still occasionally play, especially if I'm like needing to get PvP currency for,
Yeah.
achievements or whatever. Um, but I would be way less inclined to play PvP if it went more to a hardcore mode of 2v2, 3v3. Like I don't want to play that. Like I'll play the 5-player unranked, 5v5 unranked, because
Mhm.
I'm not like I don't want to have to, like you said earlier, you don't want to have to go restructure your build when you're going to go into do fractals.
Right.
Even though it's a click easy, change this amulet and your entire build is different. I don't want to have to learn how to play this meta build for PvP, which is
Mm.
totally different than PvE. Uh, I want to go in and play something close to what I'm used to playing and have fun
Mm-hmm.
in PvP, get some rewards while I'm there. So I think, yeah, you're right. It needs to be more casual friendly, so that I mean, maybe it just needs more investment. You can make it more
Yeah.
hardcore, fine, but you also have to have the more casual, because if you just go the more hardcore route, it's not gonna it, it's gonna make it harder.
Okay. Well, and before I go insane about PvP, I have not lost hope. I still have to believe they're going to come out with some sort of post or statement about the direction of where PvP is going to go, right? It it would just be insane for them not to even address it. So I think before the end of the year they are going to say how PvP fits into this new model. I mean, maybe the player base is so small that it's not a big deal at this point, but I am that player base. I play Guild Wars 2 because of PvP only. If there was no PvP in the game, I wouldn't play, right? And so I want the PvP to be good. I just want it to be fun. You know what I mean? I just want it to be fun, to be casual, group up, go play, have some cool rewards, and I would be super happy. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And so
Yep.
I hope they make it as friendly as possible. It's already maybe the most friendly version of PvP to jump into at a low level, with all the builds and stuff. You don't need gear. I mean, I even wish they would make World v World like that. You go into World v World and you choose your build. I mean, I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know even know why you have to grind for gear for World v World. Maybe more player expression with the things you can do and the builds you can make, but still, um, I don't know. All right, so let's get off of that.
So
That's
well,
enough. Oh, you have one more? Go for it.
here's a some hope for you. I was just thinking about this when
Okay.
you said that they'd have to say something by the end of this year. It just occurred to me that, with this quicker expansion um, schedule, yeah, I think very it would be very ArenaNet of trying to do something different. If one of their expansions, I probably wouldn't do this first expansion, it set a weird tone. But
Mm-hmm.
if one of the expansions was like, hey, this is going to be our PvP focused expansion, like, I know you want it
Yeah.
to be the first one, but like, hey, if it's we're going to the Battle Isles and there's a little bit of story stuff to get you there. Hey, PvE get you there, and then you go there and there's this brand new PvP mode.
Right. Right.
Cool, it's all sequenced in there together.
I don't know. I don't think that would work. I think it has to be a smaller part. Like, here's the thing: PvPers don't actually need much to be happy, right? We'll go into the same map and bang our heads against the wall, playing people over and over and over. Like,
Yeah.
we don't need much. So, I think even in like a total themed PvP expansion, I think would probably do more harm because there is more
Interesting.
PvE players. You know what I mean? So I think it still needs to be for the PvEers and expansion. I just want a new battleground system, maybe one map a year, like one fractal a year. Like maybe you make it the summer or fall quarter. You
Mhm.
get the map or whatever. You know what I mean? And for PvPers, it's enough if they elite specs are good for PvPers too, or just adding weapons to classes, like
Yep.
just a new way to play, is great. So I don't need much. I don't need, but I need something. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
And so I think it needs to be a part of the expansion. Like there has to be at least one small PvP
Nugget.
feature.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I would be totally happy. I don't need more than that. And so, because right now I'm getting PvP from Destiny, from Star Wars: Old Republic, from WoW, and it's all so super casual. I jump into a battleground. It's tons of fun. I can group up with my friends. We can play, and then when I come back to Guild Wars, oh, you're in this hardcore mode, a part of this casual MMO. It's just a disconnect. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
so I don't know. So let's get off it. Like I said, I rant over. You know, people aren't even gonna watch this video, so what does it matter? So